Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and we're back on the Grapple again today. In the last video, we left off with getting our pins all finished up and getting our first arm completely installed on the bucket. Today, we're going to start working on the second arm. But before I go ahead and start tacking supports and tacking the arm together, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my down piece on my arm, this piece here, for the second arm, and I am just going to trace out my shapes and get those cut, because it's going to be a lot easier to do on the bandsaw loose like this than it will be to try to do it with the grinder later when it's all installed. Alright, well, I think we're done cutting metal for this grapple project. That feels really good to have done. These turned out really nice, down arms on the grapple arm. So I think we can bring out the welder and start attaching other pieces. But before I do that, there's just some welds on the first arm here that didn't turn out really well. So I'm going to pull the welder over here and just touch those up, make sure I get my seams real good before we move on to the second arm. Alright, so I was able to stay on my seam there and get a nice hot weld in there. I could actually see really well. My problem last time was my hood, the little plastic protectors, was just so dirty I couldn't see. I put new ones in today and night and day difference, so I'm a lot happy with that. Once I get this ground down and cleaned up, it's going to look amazing. But now that that's done, we can go ahead and start on that second arm. We're going to start by putting our supports on the bucket itself. Now I've done detailed video on that with the first arm, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail today. We're just going to go ahead, start welding some stuff on, and see how far we can get today. Well, in my haste to make progress today, I made a mistake. I accidentally welded both of my non-bolt sleeves on one arm, so that means I got both of my through bolt sleeves here on the other arm. So I'm gonna have to knock this one off, weld this one in its place, take this one, weld it over here. Not a huge deal, it's just tacked. It just stinks because I was so close to having all these supports done. Guess it goes to show you need to take your time and make sure you're doing it right. Alright, so we did the easy fix for my mistake. All our supports are on the bucket. Now we can start putting that arm together. So I think the first thing we're going to do is come in with our upper parts of the arm, attach the down parts of the arm, and just get those tacked together. Alright, we got the two arm pieces tacked together, looking good. I think the next thing we're going to do is work on getting our cylinder support for the bottom part made. So we'll head over to the workbench, get that all tacked together before we bring it over here and weld it on. Alright, well we got our lower cylinder support all tacked together, ready to go, looking good, happy with how it turned out. Unfortunately, I am out of time for today. So in the next video we'll pick back up with welding this in place, getting the other 3 pieces in place. We got our gussets that go in between the upper and lower arms to put in, and then our lower arm support to weld in, tack in. And then once we get all that tacked in, we can hopefully work on getting everything fully welded together and getting the second arm done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.